So, in regards to today's game,
Yup, you gotta get this on camera.
I can't do it. On 10. In regards to today's game, it's unfortunate that we lost. We understand there's some things we could have done differently in the game, but we give a lot of credit to Indiana. They played well today. They played together. And so we'll go into the break understanding we have to get better and focus on the small things so that we come back after the break to make this push for the playoffs. Really proud of the ladies standing behind me for what we've been able to accomplish thus far, but we understand that there's a lot of basketball still left to play. So thank you very much.
In regards to what Vincent told you guys, we really feel like there's still an issue here in America, and we want to be able to use our platforms. We want to be able to use our voices. We don't want to let anybody silence us in what we want to talk about. So you guys can ask away about anything that's happening in society. And it's unfortunate that the WNBA has fined us and not supported its players. So whatever you want to ask about that, feel free. But we'll only be taking questions about that today.
Will you continue to wear the shirts after the break?
We didn't wear the shirts today. We don't know what's going on right now as far as what we're going to continue to do. But what we will continue to do is we'll continue to advocate for what we feel is important and what we feel needs to be spoken out.
How surprised were you that the fine came, and what was sort of the means by which the league let you know it was happening?
I'm not surprised. They sent out memos to let us know. I'm surprised that when it took place, because we had been already wearing our shirts for 4 games in. So to me, it looks like they just decided that they're just going to do it just because. If you're going to do something, stand strong on it, stand firm on it, do it from the beginning, and that's it.
An official from the league was here talking to you guys after the game last week. What was the conversation like at that time? And has the league changed the way it's responded to your efforts to highlight these issues?
Not sure where you got that information, but we didn't speak to any officials from the league.
What message were you hoping to send by wearing the shirts?
Same message that we sent the first time. We feel like America has a problem with the police brutality that's going on with black lives around here, and we want to just use our voices and use our platforms to advocate for that. Just because someone says Black Lives Matter doesn't mean that other lives doesn't matter. People put this imaginary Black lives only matter whenever people say Black Lives Matter. What we're saying is Black Lives Matter too, period.
What do you think it says that the league made the decision to issue these fines at this point? And does it invalidate the support you heard from Lisa Borders, from Adam Silver a week ago?
I'm not sure what the league is thinking. That's a question that you need to ask the league. But what I am sure about is majority of this league is made up of black women. So this is something that directly affects us. And we want to use our voices.
How far are you willing to go to lift your voices?
We're just going to continue to lift our voices. We're going to find different ways that we can support one another, support the people that's in this league, and continue to use our voices.
Have you
looked? Former player, I will say I appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you.
Have you looked into working with male professional players?
Yes, we're going to continue to work with whoever wants to voice their opinions on these, who wants to advocate for what we believe is important. The male players have, obviously they use the ESPYs to step up. Carmelo made a huge statement, and we support what they support, and that's that.
Tina, your decision to wear the shirt inside out when accepting Player of the Month award, have you heard anything back from the league about it? What went into your thinking about that as well, and do you expect to hear from the league about it?
I was just really, more importantly, with what happened today in North Miami, to the African-American male who was down and just trying to help an autistic person out. That really, when I heard about those news, I just couldn't be silent. You know, just knowing my status, just knowing the player I am, representing this organization. If anybody was going to wear it, I know it had to be me. So for me personally, it's just all about me continuing to raise awareness. You know, I have no problem wearing this shirt inside out for the rest of the season until we're able to have the WNBA support. And so just in my position, I'm just going to continue to do that.
What other ways do you look to as sort of the next steps for you to raise this kind of awareness? You have a big platform coming, obviously, going to the Olympics as well.
I'm just talking amongst my teammates there. You know, I believe we're going to be around other NBA players. Just being able to see how they feel, what they're thinking about doing, and just coming collectively together. I think more importantly, the other 11 WNBA teams, seeing how we just did basically a media blackout, seeing if they're up for doing the same thing, and if they're trying to silence us on our platform wearing our T-shirts, that we can use you guys as a platform and just force you guys to have to force this matter.
Yeah. And I'd just like to also add to that is that we really would appreciate that people stop making our support of Black Lives Matter and the issue that is so critical in our society right now as us not supporting the police officers. There's a lot of women in this room right now in the WNBA who have family members who are in law enforcement, family who are in the military, and so that is not true. The fact of the matter is there is an issue at hand, and as much as we can grieve and feel sorry for those families that are losing the police officers, we also have the right and the ability to also have our voice be heard about an issue that goes back even further than the deaths that have been happening lately. And so I think that people need to understand it's not mutually exclusive. You also can support both things, but at the same time, this issue is important to us. And that's where we stand on things. And to add to that, I would also like to say that we're not in a form of defiance to the league. We understand we have sponsors. We actually took a step to make sure that we still had all black shirts with Adidas on it to support the sponsor. We would just hope that the league would be more open to working with the players because, like Tanisha said, the majority of our players are passionate about this. The majority of our players care about this. The majority of our players are affected by this. And it's something that has to change. And if we can use this platform, not only now, but continue through the off season, we're going to do that.
Do you plan to take any direct action to reach out to Lisa Borders or to the league as a whole to try and bring resolution to this?
Tanisha and I are both on the executive committee with the union. This has been an ongoing thing. We have been in dialogue for the last few weeks with the league. So it's not something that they don't understand where our positioning is. I think we've made that very clear. We have strong support at the union and hoping that we can come to a resolution where everyone is happy, just the same way that we stand with our community in Orlando, the same way we'll stand, when things happen with the police and speak up about that is the same way that we need that type of support here with an issue that's so important to us all.
Any direct dialogue since the fine was issued?
No, right now we're just, we had a game, we were off for back-to-back, so we were just focused on our game. We came here and we wanted to make a statement, and we appreciate you guys' time. We appreciate you guys listening to us and hearing our voice, and we'll appreciate it even more if you go out and write about this.
And Tanisha, what does it say to you as a person that the league had T-shirts printed up for Orlando, but is instead responding with a fine to what's happened here? We're for that, right? The league supported Orlando, and we're okay with that. We were, as a team, okay with that. As a league, as players, we were absolutely okay with that.
Especially having a player from Orlando.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know what I mean? And we wanted to support that, but also they can't pick and choose what initiatives to support and what not to support, right? Just because it doesn't push their agenda. This is important to us. I'll say it again. More than 70% of this league is made up of African American women, right? So that affects us directly, and we need them to be just as supportive with this issue as they were with any other issue. Breast cancer awareness, they support that. Pride, they support.
Green Month.
Go Green initiative, they support, right? So we want them to hear our voices and support and stand with us and support this as well. We're not trying to, like Swin said, we're not trying to be defiant. We want a little support with something that affects us directly.
And we're considered role models, and there are a lot of young girls, a lot of young African American girls, young boys that look up to us. And so it's only right that we have a voice in this, and they can see that we're not just role models that can play basketball, but we're speaking about issues that directly affect them.
Why do you think the women got fined and the men didn't when other issues happened earlier this year?
That's a question you'd have to ask the league. We can't think for them. That's a question that you'll have to ask them. But again, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. And again, we hope that you go out, you write about this, and you continue to push this forward. You don't let it die down, because we're not letting it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.